Okay, so this is Boo. Now, Boo can see fairly well, so that's not going to be the issue here, but I'm just going to show you how you would go about with a dog that can only see light and dark. Boo's not very well trained. He doesn't have a whole lot of tricks. He's a bit of a, let's just say he has entitlement issues. He thinks everything should be just delivered in front of him. So, I haven't done a lot of work with him. He doesn't really need it. Anyway, this is what I use as a clicker. It's a little LED light. So it just flashes, and it's pretty bright. Generally when I'm training, for a new trick especially, I only have like one small lamp on so that it's fairly dark and there's a big contrast in the light versus the dark. Now, of course, for the purpose of this video, we have to have the big light on. But anyway, so what I do when I'm starting a dog clicker training is I will first put a treat on the ground and then click just as they pick it up. So they learn to associate the light with the food. And I'll aim it directly at his face so that he can see it rather well. They don't need it that way later, but so this is what I'll do to teach him what the clicker means. So you'll just do this. I would do a couple 2 or 3 minute sessions doing this. Just so they get it. Anyway, so after you get that in 2 or 3 2-minute sessions, then I would start clicking first and then putting the food down. Clicking first and then putting the food down. Clicking, putting the food down. That's right there. You can also deliver it right to their mouth if you want, but I prefer to put it on the floor. It's right there. And then, so once they get that, it's right here, then you can start actually waiting for them to offer a behavior. Now, this is what he's been doing already. He's been offering some behaviors, but if you're wanting a sit, you're going to wait for them to say move a back foot or actually sit down. Some dogs just naturally will. And you're just, yeah, this is about the only trick he knows. So, or you might just click for a head turn or something. See what happens. Boo's kind of being goofy. Now he's staring at the food. There we go. So I got him laying down, but anyway. But you don't have to wait for them to sit all the way down. You just want some approximation of, say, a movement of a back foot if you have to, but you got to be quick. Boo. And sometimes you got to reset them by putting food down somewhere. Generally, actually, I try to feed away from where they're sitting, so that they just kind of naturally reset. Oh, you missed it. There. I'm getting him laying down too. I'm trying to be fast enough to get him to sit, but now the other thing you can do is lure with food. With a blind dog, of course, that's works just fine as long as the food's right in front of the nose. But it's right there. It's right there. Thank you. So you'll just lure it up. Yeah. With a sighted dog, of course, you just have to lure above their head, but with a blind dog, you can't do that. So, good boy. It's right there. It's right there. Boo. Boo. You moron. As you can see, he's not really the smartest guy in the world. There it is. I don't generally like luring, mostly because my dogs are extremely food motivated, and they don't think very well with food in front of their nose, so they don't seem to remember the tricks very well. But if I shape the trick, they seem to get it. Boo's kind of a different story. He just doesn't really get much of anything. But anyway, so that's that. So once you've got them sitting on, sitting almost all the time, good boy, you can start to add a sign or signal. Now, with a blind dog, you'll want a touch signal. So if you can pick anything you want. For me, I would probably try and teach just kind of a touch on the butt. And you'll still have to either lure or wait for them to behave or do the behavior. But for the most part, there's that. Now, if you were just shaping, it wouldn't be a problem because you would be able to reach behind and touch their butt. But Boo's expecting food to follow, so it's kind of tough with the clicker and everything. But you can work it out. Hey, bud. Come here. So something like that, or whatever, however you want to work that. The other thing is, if you've got a dog like you're not luring, you do have both hands free because you don't have to have food directly in your hand. So what you can do is touch them for the sit. He's not sure what's going on. I've never done touch signals with him before. And you're not applying pressure or anything. You're just touching, because pressure is a force training, and we don't like that. Go sit for me. You're so dumb. I'm sorry. You're just a dum-dum. There we go. Good boy. And then you can click and give food. So again, you don't have to have food in your hand. Oops. Come here. Come here. Mr. Boo. Mr. Boo. Come here. Come here. Come here. There we go. Just touch. He's so confused right now. Yeah. Come on, bud. Come on. Oh, you're gonna growl at me. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. And what I'm doing here is what's called a jackpot. Is you feed one piece after another. Not a whole bunch at once. Just one piece after another, because he did such a good job. Good boy. That's what we want. Yes. He's like, what are you doing, Mom? Good boy. boy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Good boy. Okay, good boy. Laid down, but he did move his butt, so I guess that's good enough. Good boy. Good boy. Come here, you. Get closer. Come on. Good boy. Here we go. So that's how you would teach a sit, with touch signals and a clicker. A light clicker. So, and again, the down, like you might want to use this as a sign for down. Just, you know, pressure across the back or whatever. You can use anything you want. And then when you're walking, you might want to get a stick, some sort of a piece of doweling or something, cat toy, you never know. Find something. But when you're walking, maybe you could use a touch with the stick to mean something while you're walking. Because, of course, with a small dog like these guys, you're going to have issues reaching. So maybe with a piece of, let's see, I've got one here somewhere. Here. Cat toy here. I can use this maybe to teach him, or to get him to sit using the stick. Touch him there or whatever, and teach him that the stick on the bum means that he needs to sit. So, and actually it's a lot easier because you can hold your clicker and the stick in the same hand, and maybe you actually want to use that all the time to mean something. Instead of a hand, might be easier for you. Good boy. He seems to be more comfortable with that. Right there, right there, right there, right there. Yeah. He's not very smart. So really, you know, your creativity, there's, you know, the only limits is what you can think of. Get your nose out of there, that's mine. And, of course, you know, sometimes the dog's somewhat limited in what they can learn. Right, Mr. Wu? But, he's not actually dumb, it's just nobody trained him. So he just seems to think that he gets whatever he wants. Anyway, yeah. So hopefully that helps, and have fun.